Stop me if you've heard this before. DK Oldies made a gamer mad. So, I was watching a video earlier on DK Oldies, and I gotta tell you, they don't know what they are talking about at this point. So, one of the big things that DK Oldies is known for is claiming they refurbish the games, but they don't. People have taken apart systems, games, and they're all dirty. They're all dusted up, or they're covered in dust, I should say. Something's wrong with it. All that other stuff. What a way to make GameStop Retro look good. But this video really caught me off guard. So it's one of those shorts that you can find on like Facebook or TikTok. And one of the things they have mentioned was for Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, apparently the battery's dead, meaning the game doesn't work. Which right away I went, bullshit. Because the game itself, yes, it has a battery. But the battery is for time-based events. Because in the beginning of Ruby and Sapphire, and Emerald too, but Emerald doesn't have the battery that Ruby and Sapphire do, you set a clock. You set the time on the clock. Then you do time-based events. Now, yes, Ruby and Sapphire don't have a day-night cycle. However, you can still do things after like 24 hours or during a certain time frame. Mainly evolutions. Mainly Umbreon and Espeon coming to mind. But I'm not really here to talk about all that. What I want to talk about is the fact that DK Oldies is sending out false information saying that because the battery was dry, you can't save your progress. That is 100% bullshit. And what makes it even more funny is they were trying to show it off like, oh yeah, it's working now with the previous save file. So it could have still worked regardless of what happened. Now, to be fair, the video shows that there was some dirt on it, so they did clean it. So that's one of the things that DK Oldies does as a scam. They'll show it off that they cleaned off a game, but it's like really rare that they actually do it. But then I started to look more into this, and these prices are ridiculous. So this is what I'm talking about here. So you go on DK Oldies' website, and I find a copy of Pokemon Sapphire. At first it says $99.99, and it also says it here too. But it's clicked under Good Cartridge for $160, and that blew my mind right away. I'm like, what are you talking about? You just said $99.99 in the previous location, or the last tab I was on. But then you click on the cosmetically flawed cartridge, which I guess is their way of saying refurbished. Then it comes up to the $99 or $100 that's worth. I'm like, that's a little too much for Pokemon Sapphire. So I went on another gaming website. It's a local game shop for me. The EE Comics and Games. If you were a longtime viewer, you would know that I would talk about these guys quite a bit. Their copy of Pokemon Sapphire goes for $80 versus $100. Now let's say we want to go back and find Ruby. It's $75. And if we go back here to their copy of Ruby, if I can find it. I don't know if they have the copy of Ruby. So let me do this. Pokemon Ruby. Here we go. What? 60 for Omega Ruby? Yeah, that's a massive scam right there. I could go get it for like fucking 40 right now at any game shop. Even GameStop has it cheaper. I'm curious now, what the hell are these reviews? Love the product, awesome clean game. Pokemon Ruby Fur with an I instead of O, GBA. This game is great. It's in great condition, even for the lower quality and the fresh new battery. I recommend buying from here. That has to be made up. A lot of these have to be made up. It's pretty good condition and it works. Not only does the game work itself out, but also the battery, so I can do timed events. Legal, legit copy. I feel safe from buying actual legit games from this company, unlike other sites where I have to ask for prices, for pictures and images if it's legit. That's kind of bogus right there. That's the only concern if you go to like eBay. How many? Hang on. Let me see. Rating 1 star. I knew I was purchasing a cosmetically flawed version, but the game refuses to even open past the Game Boy screen. You could say I was not pleased. After doing some digging with possible fixes, I had ruled it down to 3 possible problems. Cartridge itself is either not properly refurbished, battery needs replacement, or the game is corrupted. Despite a few emails trying to avoid holding the company, I have still yet to hear back from anyone in regards to anything. The only positive I can say is that it arrived timely and the damage was just a slight chip in the casing. So, what is it? You waited almost a month to reply. Sorry for the issues with your game, Marcus. I'm glad you were able to talk to customer service and get it resolved. Thanks, DK. I don't think that was a proper... Wow. I'm just thrown off. Because first off, they wait over a month before finalizing everything. But the guy is kind of spot on. You know, the battery... Even though the battery issue is not really the battery concern is not even a real issue. It's just for like berries and some evolutions. But it's just so funny to me, and the game's corrupted. So that's another DK Oldies thing that they're known for. And not properly refurbished. Same thing. It's just so funny to me that more and more of these like fake bots are coming out. But then like you look at 2 star. 2 star. It works. That's about it. I mean, it's not really like a scolding. Yeah, see, nothing for 3. This game is great. It's one of my kind of game. Top 10 list of my all-time favorite Game Boy Advance. You didn't even say if it works or not. So I'm guessing because of the 4 stars, that's the way it goes. But even then, you're gonna get a good cartridge for $160. That's a complete ripoff. I understand it's a Pokemon title, so it's going to be worth more. But that is a complete scam. There's no way it could be that much. It is sad. No, I do not want 10% off my order because you guys are frauds. It's so sad that you have to go that far to where you make false information to have other players think that's the case. When in reality, just talk to someone that you know has played the game. DK Oldies, they have a location apparently in Honeybrook, which I kind of want to go to, but then part of me knows that I'm probably going to get escorted out because I'm going to call them out on their bullshit. Because it's true. A lot of stuff that they do is false advertising, false information, and it's just way overpriced. You could go to other places and you'll get a better deal. And even if you're concerned about like, is this a legit copy or not, they'll play it. They'll test it. They'll let you know. Some stores will even open the damn thing apart to make sure that you know it's legit. I'm just ranting on. I understand that people want to make sure that they're good with their accuracy, but don't do DK Oldies. Support your local businesses, not scammers. That's all I really want to talk about. You guys have a good one.